Welcome everyone, I'm Chloe and this is Kine, and we will be guiding you through a 10-minute Pilates class. In this class we'll be using props. So the prop of the day are 2 yoga blocks. So grab your blocks, roll out your mat. We're going to start this class standing. So we're going to start with our block. Grab one of them. And you're going to place it on the floor, stepping your left foot onto that block. So step your left foot onto it, and now find your balance, floating your right leg off of that block. Good. Now you're going to try to, yes, perfect, bring that right heel directly underneath. And now you're going to let your hip hike down towards the floor and then up towards the sky. Perfect, Kine. So I'm going to demonstrate this action from the side. Here we start off with those hips in neutral. We're letting one hip lower down to the floor, pressing through the inner thigh and rising that leg up higher than the supporting hip and lower below it. You're going to do this one more time and then find your legs side by side. Excellent. Side by side. Let's bring it back up. Come back onto your block. That's it. Rise your right leg so it's floating off. Now maintain your balance. Now you're going to drop the other leg down towards the floor. Drop it down and rise it up. Good. Lower, come through center and lift. You've got about 6 more reps. Good. Keep the shoulders soft. Now as we start off in the standing position, even though we're focusing a little on balance, a bit of coordination, we're still drawing in through the nose with that inhalation, exhaling out through the mouth, spine nice and tall. We're going to take one more rep here and lower it down. Excellent. Remove the block from underneath you. Bring it forward to the top edge of your mat. We're going to step one foot forward onto that block and step the other foot back. Straighten that front knee, give it a good squeeze. And we're just stretching out the foot and that calf muscle. If you don't quite feel a stretch, you're going to try to send your heel a little bit closer to that block. Squeeze your knee tight and drive the heel through the floor. If you need additional stretch, you're going to hinge back. So we're going to bend that supporting knee and dive the nose towards the toes. And lift yourself back up. Switching sides. Take the other foot forward. Press that foot on, stretching out our calf muscle. So as Kine has, she started off with her foot a little further back. This can assist with balance, but for some, that's going to start off with a little bit of a too deep a stretch. If that's the case for you, you're going to start off with the foot underneath the hip and then work it further back as you need. If you want more stretch here, you're going to hinge forward, so pull those hip bones back, dive the nose front, digging your heel down towards the floor. If you want a little extra juice, lift those toes up towards the sky and rise yourself back up. We're going to take that block, remove it, bring it between your upper inner thighs. You're going to find that hug on your block, squeezing it tight and walking the feet hip distance apart. Remember, when we're talking about our hips in our Pilates class, hip width is right here at the top of your iliac crest, so a nice narrow stance. Hug that block. I know it's between your legs. You might not be able to bring those legs directly underneath your hip bones, but as close to it as you can. Holding that squeeze, we're now going to bend the knees and sit back. Sit back and press through the heels, lift up. Our Pilates squat is a nice narrow squat here. We're going to take 3 more reps. Sitting down as you inhale. Exhale, press, rise. Excellent. 2 to go. You're going to take 1 more and hold your sit. We're going to pulse this 4 times. Little pulse press down. 4, 3, 2. Now stay here. Lower your hands towards your chest. Now we're going to rise one heel off the floor. And we're going to switch legs. Stay the same height. Switch, switch. Now here you might notice your eyes turning down. If this is the case, lift them up. Often if we take our eyes down, the shoulders start to round forward with them. So we want to keep that eye line up, so we're encouraged to lift in our upper back. We're going to pair this with a pulse. So now we're going to bounce. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, both heels to the floor, press yourself up. Remove that block, and we're going to now find our second. Lower yourself onto the floor, and we're gonna use these blocks to support our hips and our lower back. You're gonna draw them into a T shape, where the top of the T supports under your hips, and the longer block supports underneath the lower back. So you might want to take this from laying down. So you're gonna lay down, place one block under your hips, and then slide the other for the lower back, or perhaps you prefer to first lay the blocks down. Once they're secure, centered on your mat, then perhaps sitting on them and rolling back down. Find what works for you. Meeting on your back, you'll notice if you relax your shoulders, they fall off those blocks. So we're gonna take the hands, support the head. Exhale, rise your upper abdominals up to your upper curl. Push the sacrum, the back of your hip bones, down onto the floor. We're gonna rise one leg to tabletop. Excellent. You're gonna lift the other heel off the floor so the toe is pointed to the ground. And now we're gonna switch those legs. Switch and switch. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep that chest rising. 2 and 1. Rise the other leg to tabletop. Can you lift your chest a little higher? Press big toes to touch, knees spaced, hip distance apart. We're gonna twist, bringing elbow towards one knee. Now drop your chest in center, and as you exhale, lift the other elbow, twist to the opposite side. We're gonna drop the chest down to center. Exhale, lift, twist. Drop through center. Exhale, lift, twist. We've got 2 more. Center and rise. Last time, center and rise. Reset your chest, drop those legs to the floor, and relax your back. If you like here, you can remove that block underneath your hip. Once the hips are secure, lift yourself up to remove the block that's under your lower back. Are we having fun yet? Are you feeling this already? 10 minutes, an effective amount of time for a good workout. We're gonna take that other block, bring it between the knees. Walk your feet hip distance apart. Long arms at your sides, roll the shoulders back. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, imprint your low spine into the floor, tuck the tailbone under, rise those hips up to the sky. Now we're gonna stay at the top, so I'm gonna get you to come back up, tuck that tailbone under, remain here. We're gonna lift the arms up towards the sky, reach the fingertips back behind you. Good. Now we're going to pulse those hips to the ceiling as you sink the ribs down to your body. Pulse those hips. 4, lift 3, lift 2, lift 1. Come down towards the floor. And now bring those hands forward to the sides of your legs. Rise chin towards chest and rise shoulders off the floor. Good. We're going to stay here in this upper curl, staying with the squeeze of the block. Now you're going to lower your chest down to the floor. Rise your arms to the sky, inhale, reach them back, and lift your hips up to the sky. We're gonna alternate our shoulder bridge prep with an abdominal curl. Lower the hips down. Lower them all the way down, arms up towards the sky. Now ab curl, rise the chest up. Inhale, lower the shoulders down, arms rise up. Exhale, hips lift. Inhale, lower hips, arms lift. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hips lift up. Good. Stay here. 4 more pulses. Hips up. 4. Last 3. You're almost done. 2, 1, and release those hips down. Whew. Good. Now we're going to take that block, bring the legs to a tabletop position, and place the block just above your knees. Now this is going to stay steady. You've got a glass of water balanced on that block. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Inhale, prepare. Now exhale, clap the hands together. Twist to bring those hands off the one side of your knee. Twist to one side. Inhale, lower your shoulders back to center. Exhale, twist to the other side. and back to center. So this block gives us a better representation that the hips are staying steady, sturdy, and in place as we twist in the upper back above the navel. We're gonna do one more twist to each side. Kina's doing an excellent job, that's it. Watch that those knees don't creep closer to the chest without notice. And release. We're gonna take that block into our hands. Reach that block up towards the sky. Brilliant. And now we're gonna bring the legs all the way up towards the ceiling. Now here we have a tendency to tuck the tailbone under and kind of press the lower back into the floor. We're gonna try for a neutral spine. So press the sacrum onto the ground, toes right up towards the ceiling. You're gonna push on that block, activating your underarms and squeezing the ends. You're gonna take one of those toes, reach it away, as low as you can without letting the lower back arc. Now switch legs. Keep it down. Now switch, other side. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. If you want more challenge in this, you're also going to rise your upper back off the floor, reaching the block to the ceiling. Eye line just above those knees, maybe towards the toes, wherever is most comfortable for your neck. You're going to do one more set of inhale and exhale. Both toes up towards the sky. We are almost done. Squeeze big toes to touch. And now, inner thighs engaged. You're going to push your heels together. Let the toes part so the feet create a V shape. Flex the feet. Dig the heels towards one another. You're going to drop both legs as low as you can without letting the low back lift. Now bend your knees towards your elbows. Nice and wide. Exhale, kick away. Now inhale, rise the toes up to the sky. We repeat. Lower down. Bend the knees. Stretch away. Lift up to the sky. 2 more rounds. Down, bend the knees. We're almost there. Last one. Come into it. Lower down. Keep that heel squeeze. Adductors pulling tight. Push away. Last lift. And now set those feet on the floor. Take a break. Relax the arms. Bring that block towards your side. And now we're going to lift ourselves up towards a seated position. Reach those arms overhead. Lengthen the legs away from you, feet flexed. Inhale, rise the arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, tuck chin to chest and power yourself forward through that C curve, reaching towards the toes. Breathe into the back line of the shoulders, just underneath that bottom corner of your shoulder blade, the lower rib cage. And release yourself up. We're gonna roll out the shoulders. We've got one last exercise for you. We're gonna take one block and bring it under the hips, the other block underneath the foot. So you're gonna set one block down at the bottom of your mat and the other block wherever is under your hip. So line yourself up. Bring your elbow to the floor. Place that block underneath your hip. We're gonna stack foot over foot so you are supported underneath the hips and underneath the legs. Elbow pressing through the ground, strong shoulders. You can keep your top hand on your hip bones. This is great to gauge where your hips are in space, ensuring you don't roll from one side to the other. The other can lift up towards the sky. You're gonna inhale to prepare here. As you exhale, press your hips off your middle block, rise up. Now tap the hips down on the block. Rise up for 4 and tap. For 3 and tap. You've got 2 to go. We're gonna finish off with a rotation. Hold your lift if you can. Rotate underneath and lift yourself up. 3 to go. 3 and lift. 2 and lift. If you can, keep those hips facing forward. Twist above that belly button. Last one and rise down, hips towards your block. Come on to the other side. You can roll to face the other direction. For the sake of this video, I'm just gonna bring that bottom block to the other side of the mat. And then we're gonna take it on the other side, stacking elbow under shoulder, hip under block, and feet under the other block. You might find the most stability if you flex those feet and hug one on top of the other. Good, like you're pushing your feet against the wall behind you. We're gonna rise those arms up towards the sky. Find your balance, lift your hip off that center block. Now exhale, tap it down for 4, lift up. For 3, beautiful. For 2, good, flex those feet, use those legs. Last one, hold it up, 4 rotations, then we're done this practice. Twist underneath yourself and rise up, open your chest, big smile. Pretend like you're having so much fun. You've got 2 more, and then that reward of satisfaction when you're finished. Last time, excellent job. Can you keep that right hip back? Good, lift up and release yourself down. Soften the knees forward. And give yourself a pat on the back for a job well done.